What up, everybody? It's late, but I just had to hop on because saw a piece of news. John Morant just made a move that almost solidifies that he is leaving Memphis. And obviously, we knew he was leaving Memphis, but like, where? Um, Welcome to 2MW Sports. I'm Trisha, the founder of 2MW, and I had to talk about this not just because it's a John Morant story. It's because I know he's moving due to experience. If anybody knows me, I'm an OKC Thunder fan, and I've seen this before. So go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. And let's talk. So I saw this article in Bleacher Report, and we're gonna go over it together. Basically, it tells where John Morant is gonna move, and I know what some of you guys are gonna say, that this doesn't mean he's moving, but it definitely does. It definitely does. So, let's tune in. So here's the article I saw on Bleacher Report. Basically, John Morant buys a $3.2 million house in Miami amid Heat 2026 NBA trade deadline rumors. Okay, so I know what you guys are gonna say. It does just because he buys a home doesn't mean he's moving, and this is the same thing that people told me when Kevin Durant Kevin Durant put his house up for sale the season he left before the season he left OKC. Everyone said, "Hey, he's just putting his house up for sale. It means nothing. Anybody could sell their house." But really and truly, why does a basketball player actually have to sell anything? They have enough money, they can just buy multiple houses in other places. And I know it's like, hey, it's cost effective, but no, he's buying a house in Miami because he's gonna move to Miami. Plain and simple. So let's go over the article. Again, like and subscribe to the channel. It says Memphis Grizzlies star John Morant recently purchased a home in Miami. Morant was listed as an executor of a trust that purchased a $3.2 million home in Miami-Dade County on December 23rd. Yahoo Sports Kelly Eco reported Wednesday that the Miami Heat has quickly emerged as an attractive option to Morant and his camp as a potential trade destination. The house purchase is roughly 4 miles away from Miami home arena. And, the Grizzlies and the Heat are in my opinion, pretending to be in preliminary discussions regarding his availability. This is going to happen. And I'll tell you why, it's for basic reasons, but Shams says that Memphis was entertaining offers involving Morant for the first time on Friday. I don't, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think these things just happen one day. I think this is over time. There's a talking and relationship building and negotiations. Whether they're light or intense, I think they're happening months in advance, possibly years. But the Miami Heat, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Sacramento Kings, and the Milwaukee Bucks also expressed the desire to add Morant. Listen, honestly, between Minnesota, and a lot is going in Minnesota nowadays, Sacramento, and Milwaukee, and then Miami. Which one would you pick? Which one would you pick? This is an obvious choice right now. He is obviously not going to pick any of those teams. Why would you? I'd rather stay in Memphis if those were the only 3 options available to me right now. But with Miami in the mix, even if Miami says, hello, like we're kind of interesting, knock, knock, just feeling things out there, hell yes. And I'm buying a house right now just to show you how committed I am. All right. So, where have we seen it before? I mentioned OKC and Kevin Durant putting his house up for sale. There's one other situation where this actually happened, and it's recent, and it was a fleeting piece of news that actually didn't really take off because the controversy around it was much bigger. And I'll have you guess. By the way, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Um, I just want to pull up the article before um, because I feel like yes. So basically, this happened um, right before and I'll put it up on the screen if you guys do not believe me. Luca actually purchased or was in process of purchasing a home right before he was traded. All right. Here's an article. This is from Realtor.com themselves. Luka just bought a $15 million house in Dallas days before the surprise trade to the Lakers, ex-NBA player claims. All right. The Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic purchased a $15 million Texas home just days before he was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Chandler Parsons claimed, while alleging the news was a surprise move that left the 25-year-old sporting superstar in tears. Basketball fans were left in an uproar on February 2nd, and when it was announced that Luka would be leaving the Dallas Mavericks after 7 seasons with the NBA team. Okay, so long story short, right? Everybody said that this was a surprise. Luka bought a home. That makes the story even more gripping, even more intense. That he would that the Dallas Mavericks would trade him right before right after they know that he bought a home, signifying he was committed to stay. I'll be honest. The fact that Luka bought a home the days before he was traded really isn't a sign that says he's committed to staying there. It actually, to me, is a power play to make you think twice before trading him away. Nobody just gets up and trades another player, and nobody gets up and just leaves in a day. Like Shams is saying, the Miami Heat or I guess the Memphis Grizzlies were just entertaining stuff about Ja Morant on Friday. No, it wasn't just Friday. They've been fishing around for a while, but it just came out on Friday because why not? Like, we already know he's on his way out. But Luka buying a house before being traded, it looks good. It looks bad for Dallas because, hey, he bought a house and then you traded him. It just doubles down. But I think it was just insurance on Luka's part that this didn't work, where he's basically wants to stay in Dallas because he's going to be qualified for whatever this $100 million super max, but he knows he's going to be traded because something went down that's still nobody's talking about. So what do? You double down and you buy a home, right? So now it's like, damn, he bought a home here. Like, can we trade him? Hell yeah, you could still trade him. You could still trade him, and trade him is what they did. So, yeah. Long story short, because of the Kevin Durant situation, because of the Luka situation, I believe that this house being bought by Ja Morant in Miami almost signifies that he's leaving. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. This was just a quick video about Ja Morant news. Go ahead and like and subscribe to 2MW Sports, where we talk about basketball and football and other sports news that is just too hard to just sit down and not talk about. All right. Peace.